What up? What up?
Oh, look, everybody in the house here.
Yeah. Let's
Hey,
get it.
He's got his hoodie on. I got my hoodie on. So.
Hey, you know what I mean? I got the memo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen to this, man. Happy New Year, everybody. First
Happy New Year. That's right, huh?
Season 3 coming right at you. Blah, blah, blah.
Episode number 50. This is our 50th episode. We have 4 episodes where we didn't break down a single movie. So this is the 46th movie that we've broken down here. And this officially starts season number 3 of the Silver Screen Breakdowns. Year 3 of Silver Screen Breakdowns.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
I missed the first year, guys. So
yeah, you came right at the end. Yeah,
we don't even count that year. How about
you
that?
started? Yeah, so the season 1 was the smallest.
Oh, we do.
Season 1 super small.
We do.
What up, Marco? Marco from the future in the house.
What up? Shout out
Crispy just showed up. What up, Crispy?
Crispy.
Now
Man,
this
Crispy
movie
doesn't disappoint. He's always here.
Oh, he's always in the house.
Yeah, except for when you need him to take you to the fair.
Because Daddy wasn't there. So this movie, oh man, I hope that this is a movie that I'm bringing to a bunch of people, bringing to the forefront, so a bunch of people learn about it. It's
I wasn't aware of this movie.
Yeah, this one is one of those under the radar ones, and to have Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey, you know, as kind of like the 2 leads.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Rene.
McConaughey.
All about sports gambling and sports betting and giving sports betting advice. And now, I mean, shit, almost 20 years later, sports betting advice, so many people are making independent careers off of it, turning big business moves. And yeah, this is when probably services like that were real taboo. 2005.
I mean, there's a montage where they talk about how, like, you know, it's illegal in this amount of states and whoop, but what they do is totally legal. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh yeah, they had a lot of life lessons in this flick, though. I was very impressed with the life lessons, man. I could relate.
I mean, like, yeah.
Mostly when they got the scenes, cue up.
Like, oh, you got some daddy issues. Like, tell you like that. Listen, tell Tony, tell me how you grew up. We had fucked up upbringings. Fuck that shit.
Yep.
Nothing. I don't want to hear it.
I love how Al Pacino is like in his height in this movie. When I say in his height, because I felt like in the mid 2000s, pretty much like, if you ask me, ever since he did like Heat and like Any Given Sunday, I feel like he had this Pacino mold now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same. You get what I'm saying? He's kind of like, he has this like this cadence in his acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he came in his own even more, right? Is what you're saying.
Yeah, like I could think of like movies like this, or like, you know, Devil's Advocate, or like, you know, you know, like versus like you know, Godfather, where he was, you know, it's like it's more like some stoic acting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Godfather, he was not the way he is now.
No, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of, by the time we got into the 2000s, that's my point. Is like he kind of got into this cadence. You know what I mean? Like,
the Christopher Walken cadence, different, different by that same type of thing you're talking about.
Yeah,
is this not the coach who retired from Any Given Sunday and then he just went
isn't it?
betting?
Like, I can see the difference between those characters. Like, he just it's the way, it's just the way his mannerisms are and the way he kind of, you know what I mean? Like
the way he talks. I mean,
yeah, the way he talks. And I'm not knocking it. I like it a lot. I think it's like, because I slept on this movie, I thought this is one of his better works. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, this one
I totally agree. And McConaughey was amazing too.
McConaughey was awesome in it, and they're awesome together.
Yeah,
like when, you know, like, how much is it? How much is it? Okay, you know what I mean? Like, they got this like this bromance type of, you know what I mean? Connection.
Yeah, but when he turned it on, his devil side turned on, I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah,
that was scary stuff. We'll get to those scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of
my hands, my talons.
I don't have too many scenes from this movie ready to go, but that was one of the ones. We're not doing this movie without that.
I was like, there you go, Al.
Well, I missed that. We're not doing the movie. What?
What's that?
You don't got too many clips. We got that one.
Oh yeah, I don't have too many clips, but we got that one because that one, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie because that's
It was one with
acting.
an hour and 2 minutes. Is that the one? I time stamped it. I go, that's where there's a huge turn when he takes McConaughey.
Yep.
He says what he says.
Yep.
That was a powerful scene, man.
Behind the scenes, he didn't know that he's already fucking up. He's gambling again. And,
I wasn't expecting that. Everyone was so happy. The boom.
Yeah. And look at this. Marco said, what about the recruit? Exactly. There's another one that's got to get thrown in this.
Yeah, where he's kind of the same, like, you know what I mean?
He's the coach. He's still the coach from Any Given Sunday. Just on his later, on his next.
It's a game of inches.
And Bogey, I don't know if you noticed the cameo, Alex's cameo of Alex 20 years later.
Who is this?
One of the guys. And I go, hey, that looks like Alex.
Oh, which one?
It was one of the guys on
one of the salesmen
with
one of the dudes on the phone.
No, he was on the show. There's Jeremy Piven.
Oh yeah, the dude wearing the color. What color was it? He was like, "What's that?"
Oh, the one who was like, $100 better made $10,000. $500 better made $50,000.
That guy, he's like,
he was like,
that was Alex.
You can bet your unborn children's children on these ones. That's how much of a lock these are. What a fucking savage. And like, but that's what's funny is like, even just we'll get into that later. We'll get into it. I already got a bunch of things to say about that because that's literally the kind of shit that we're doing right now. And so it's fucking awesome.
That's pretty funny.
And but let's just get into this movie. We want to talk about somebody with daddy issues. Oh man, Matthew McConaughey's character. I mean, I feel like most kids do. They want to
they all had daddy issues.
Yeah, we all want to we all want to do things to make our parents proud of us. And the only thing that we really got from his dad, because he said his dad left when he was like 9. He was like, I thought that I could put so many trophies, in a case that'd get him to stick around. I'm assuming his dad was just like a drunk or something, always gone at work. And then one day just finally left. And that's his big daddy issue, is that he couldn't even do enough to keep his dad around.
But he definitely gave his dad a play that put a smile on his face, right? And he holds on to that. It's almost like that's the origin story of like what he ends up doing down the road, right? Like,
for sure.
See, Pacino's character had daddy issues. His daddy with the big dick knocked him around, broke his nose 3 times.
Yeah.
And then what's the thing?
Yeah, 5 foot tall.
Yeah, 5 feet tall. I forgot that one. And Toni had daddy issues too, or uncle issues.
Yeah.
That's cold. It's like, damn, uncle was touching. That's fucked up.
And here's one thing that I forgot. So this movie, it is loosely based. I mean, the movie is inspired by a true story. Anytime you hear inspired by a true story, it means they took the story and they Hollywooded it up. Because I did like that clip that Bogey sent us, where it was the guy who's Al Pacino's character was based on in real life. And they asked how much of the movie was like Hollywooded up and how much was real. He was like, it was probably about a 60-40 split.
Yeah.
And so, the whole premise of Brandon Lang being a guy who was, picking the winners and all that kind of stuff, and having the sports betting service or whatever, where they're giving the picks and all that kind of shit. But yeah, who knows? I don't know if Brandon Lang, the way that they show him in college, so fucking funny because he's like 50 years old in college in this movie, right?
Hey, get older. Hey, man, listen, I get older, they stay young.
But that was what do you think about his speech in the huddle, Nelson? He's like, after the game, you're gonna have all these cameras, put in your face, and don't do the cliche stuff like thanking God. That make sure you thank me.
Oh, in the huddle, yeah. Fuck, I even saw that twice too. I can't remember it.
Hey, look at he pissed off the football gods right there, huh?
Yeah, he did that right before the play. No, I can't. I remember seeing that twice, and I can't really even recall all the words. But it was just fucking good, though.
I mean, it's the narcissism, and we love it. He's all about himself for sure. Like he knows that he's going to be the guy putting the team on his back. He just wants to make sure he gets the credit at the end of the day. That's all.
Yeah, he's on the operating table. He's already going to be out. So how many weeks?
Oh, he was done. He was done.
And those guys are for real. Those guys, they don't care if they're injured. They just want to get back in the game.
Right, for sure. And so like him, I mean, shit. Like, I mean, the way they showed his leg, obviously a super exaggeration, but like ACL, MCL, LCL, whatever CL he has there, he broke
back
them all.
in the 90s when you were done. You tear the ACL, you're done.
Done data. Because even in here, he says that he's still keeping up with his workouts and stuff and still trying to do things.
That's his whole thing. He stays working out, stays in shape.
At the hopes of, potentially getting a tryout, somewhere. And Marco said, just like Independence Day, also based on a true story. Hey, bro, Area 51 exists, man. Like we thought it did.
What?
It does.
You thought there was the whole Galactic Confederation, bro.
Yeah, that's why they made the movie.
There, though.
We're on their side with the humans, bro.
That's why they made the movie.
Is one on this one.
That's why they made the movie, because they wanted us to think that it didn't exist.
Them versus us, man.
You don't look like you're a human, man.
Listen, man, I'm a half-breed.
You're insectoid. So you are
half-breed. You know what I mean? That's why I be bugging out. You know what I mean? A little insectoid this time. Yeah.
All right, so Brandon Lang. We get a whole kind of oh man, that one got me. We get a real look into his life in about 3 minutes. He's biking to work. He's working the 900 numbers. He's still lives at Mom Duke's house, hanging out with his younger brother, just working out. It's pretty much his whole thing. He's got all the letters. I don't know if that was just on somewhere in the garage or is working out, but all the letters, like the no thank you letters from all the NFL
motivation.
Oh yeah, right.
I bet you that's motivation. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then just out of the blue,
I get that on my fridge, but they're actually
out of the blue, his boss asked him. He says, "Hey, so and so didn't show up. We need to record some picks for the football 900 number." And he's like, "You know anything about football?" Like, yeah, I know a little bit. And then like you get the montage of like it's got the music, and then it's like him
Kansas City -7, and woo, he's just doing the whole thing. He's killing it now. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Said he hated all of his picks, so he goes in, changes them all out, and then it's like maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks of him doing this. I don't think it's that long, but he did enough to get on the radar of Al Pacino and his business. Yeah, so
he went something.
Yeah, I love how he recruited him.
24-4. Oh no, that was his first week with them, right?
Yeah, it was something. It was like 10-2 or 9-2 or like something.
Yeah, it might have been 10-2. Right?
Something of that nature. And so like right before he gets the call from Al Pacino, it's like he wants to get paid more money. Like he wants to get paid $12 an hour. And
that's nothing.
I mean,
it's a big jump when you're making a whopping 10 an hour prior to that, right?
In 2005, minimum wage was $6.75 in California. I can only imagine what it was in Nevada, because that's where.
And I would assume if this is a timepiece, I mean, shit, but I can remember.
No, it's not a timepiece. It's
I'm just saying, like, if this was, if we were to put it on a time, right? Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure he was playing football in the later 99s, right, or the 90s, whatever.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so $12 an hour. I mean, that's maybe quadruple what maybe 3 times what minimum wage was at the time, and that's probably what he's getting paid is minimum wage. And like he asked the guy for more money. He's like, "Come on, man, it's at least worth $12 an hour." And he's like, "I don't even make $12 an hour." And he's like, "Well, you're not picking 80%." He's like, "Well, just go bet your own games, get rich." Right. Yeah. Send us a postcard.
It's funny because that's the tit for tat argument, right? Like, oh, okay, so good. Why don't you go get rich then?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because that's the thing. Like,
that's the Jaws in though, right? When he says 80%, that's already Jaws. You know what I mean? Like, that's already like come on. Like, you might have hit it like once or twice. That's a really tough percentage to keep up. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's impossible to keep up. Like, that's why he got on the radar so quick. I mean, I'm sure Al Pacino's character in here, what's his name? Walter Abrams. I'm sure that he's got people who are, just listening to 900 numbers like all over the place, trying to find people who could be his next big sellers or his next handicappers. But that's his whole thing. He's got handicappers and he's got salesmen, and those are like the two things. And so Brandon Lang, he gets to the office. That's Matthew McConaughey. Gets a call, picks up the phone, and it's Walter. And he says, "Hey, Brandon."
This is real mobby right here, too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Real mob bossy right here.
He was like, "You don't know who I am." I'm Walter Abrams. And he was like, "Congratulations on going 10-2 or whatever the fuck it was." He's like, very impressed.
It might have even been 12-0, I think, right?
Nah, he didn't do the perfect yet. That was later. And and he was like, I put something in your what's it called? Your drawer there for you. He's like, "No, this is not a trick. I paid someone to do this."
Travelers checks, right?
Plane tickets,
yeah.
Plane ticket to New York, wad of cash, maybe like $1,000 or something. And he was like, what I want you to do on this envelope, I want you to write down what you're making per week right now. And then I want you to cross that out and then write what you should be making per week. And you see him write it $250 per week. So that's all he was making, $250, per week. He's getting an hourly wage to do this. He's not getting a cut of any of the 900 sales or nothing like that.
Nope.
And yeah, he put down $1,500. That's what he wanted to get paid. So what would that be?
$4,500 a month.
No, $6,000.
My bad. I don't know why I only did 3 weeks.
I mean, that'd be a big bump right there.
I mean, he's going from a thou wow to 6.
Yeah, that's huge right there. And super funny when the smartest thing that he could do is get the hell out there to New York. Go take him up on his offer.
Cue the fucking Curtis, right?
Hell yeah.
And then this is my favorite line of the movie. He's like, I haven't seen New York. And New York hadn't seen me. And he's Matthew McConaughey strutting, looking at all the baddies like, okay, we here.
Yeah, but get turned down. He was going to ride that one chick on his handlebar. She said no.
Oh, yeah. Because now it was a totally different type of persona. It's on the East Coast now.
Mm-hmm.
And then
where did you move from? Where was you living? Vegas?
Vegas.
It's Vegas, right? Yeah.
Yep. So way different.
Your neck of the woods there, Alex. Your neck of the woods.
Yeah, man.
Neighborhood.
Not here in 2005, though. It was a way different type of town in 2005 compared to 2023. Like
even more crime.
Yeah, on a wide scale, but where they shot, it looked the same.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, because they were.
It was tight shooting, tight shots.
Yeah. I forget what hotel that was. I mean, it looked like somewhere.
I think it's the MGM I saw, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe. I mean, the one where he was on the bike, I thought that was somewhere like downtown-ish. I don't know. Man, it could have been MGM, but look downtown-ish. But yeah, he so what you remember their first interaction, Nelson, when he first meets Al Pacino and he gets to go into the building and everything?
Yeah, I was on the phone. He's talking, so he had to wait until he was off the phone.
Marble Man.
Yeah, he's trying to get an elephant for his daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Barnum and Bailey. Which one am I talking to? Barnum or is it Bailey?
Listen, I don't need 6. I just need 1.
The writing in this movie, man, was good all throughout, man. The writing was exceptional.
Hell yeah.
I swear to God, that's me on the phone, though, because that sounds like something I would be trying to listen. I need an elephant, bro. I know you got this, bro.
He's like, you got 6? I just need 1.
You know what I mean? Listen, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pay you for your extra efforts, bro. Like, come on. Just go, hello?
And the funniest part that I liked was when he's like, got any questions? And he's like, yeah, why not why not get them to pay for the bets up front?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, good question. Next. And then he was like, what happens on the second floor? He's like, oh, that's where we print the money. Any other questions? Like, no, everything seems real crystal clear.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to think of what Bogey thought about when Matthew McConaughey had a little bogey when he had to meet.
Yeah. He said, well, we come to find out that, like, this is only phase 1 of the interview, because he sends him, he said, hey, I'm gonna send you to get your you ever get a manicure.
It literally wasn't even an interview with Al Pacino. Like, it was just they were just meeting.
Make sure this is the guy. Now I'm gonna send you to this woman, and he, which is Rene Russo's character, but he said eventually essentially sells them on like, hey, you're gonna love her, you're gonna like her a lot. You know what I mean? Sends him over there, and he's getting his little thing. He doesn't delay too much. He gets right to it. You know what I mean? I knew there was something up with it though, because she's immediately asking him questions about like, you know what I mean? So you're a gambler, like, you know what I mean? Like, and just like, I'm just making small talk. You know what I mean? He gets right to it. So what's up? Let me take you out to dinner and lamb that one time tonight. You know what I mean? She was just like, oh, I'm married. And then he said, oh, bogey. I laughed, bro, because I'm just famous.
Super funny. Ooh, bogey. He knew that he fucked up on that one, but it was she was more mad at Walter because he was like, oh, he didn't tell you, did he?
Yeah, and she explains it like because he's just not, he's a very trusting person, like which is the nice way of saying gullible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's not a good judge of character.
He's not a good judge of character. There you go. And which is, so she basically sends, she's the great judge. And what's funny is the fact that he tried to make a pass at her. I think that would have sat very well with him in his book. Pacino's book, like, he got good taste. Huh? You know what I mean? Like, I could see him liking that aspect. You know what I mean? Like, he passed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know why it just made me think of The Longest Yard right now. So I'll be like you guys going off the rails.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go. Come on.
In The Longest Yard, it's what's his name? Adam Sandler, and he's playing a famous football player, and he's in jail, and he meets, I don't know, some rich motherfucker that the warden brings in. He's like, hey, so you actually slept with my wife before we were married back in whatever. And he's like, oh, sorry. He was like, shit, don't be sorry. He was like, if my wife's good enough to have a one night stand with an NFL player, I must be doing pretty good.
Yeah, legend. Up high. Did she do that thing? The twisty thing? He's like, did she do the move?
Oh man, so funny. And so at first, I mean, it's like he's like this crazy like prospect right now. Matthew McConaughey, because like he's like Walter says it. I have guys who can sell, I have guys who can pick, but I've never had a guy who could do both. So he's like a unicorn to him. And that's why he wants to like, he wants him to be like the head of his whole organization. We don't even know what his organization is yet. He says, we're going to start you, you're going to pick, and we're going to start you on the 900 numbers. So all he's doing is picking like right now. And
he is, I'm pretty sure he's a little naive about the whole situation, but he did.
What up, drop boy?
He was sold on like, I have the biggest whatever the fuck gambling or sports advice thing in the nation. Remember?
Yeah, for sure.
Whether or not he bought that or not, I mean, it was a pretty big, it was a boss move to have the tickets in there and then the whole whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy because like it's funny. He even says it like your pitch sucks. So he likes that he went 10-2 or whatever the hell it was. Like he was picking good enough to get on his radar. But he did not like the way that he was delivering his presentation of delivering these picks. And when he's like recording all the shit for the 900 numbers, I want Nelson's feedback on this because I know a lot of actors do this now. They'll like record themselves doing different scenes and things like that just to hear themselves back. He's horrible. He's really bad at delivering the picks. You ever dealt with do you ever record yourself, Nelson, just like an audio version, or did you know any actors who might have done that
for scenes?
Yeah, whether it's for practice for themselves or just for anything.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
That's how you get better. You record yourself and you watch it right away because it's going to be fresh of how you felt when you did the scene, as opposed to watching yourself back on camera. Because when you watch it back on camera, you look different and you sound different than what you remembered.
Yeah, you know what else is crazy is like making rap music or hip hop, whatever. You compose the beat. You know what I'm saying? Then you write and get in there. So and it's essentially you're recording, right? So you can hear the playbacks. But what I always found fascinating was that whenever I worked with a band and we were working from scratch, because it'll just be like hours of jamming, recording. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then like, take a break, smoke or whatever, and just like start playing shit back. Like, you know what I mean? And then it'll also be like certain times where like, say the bass player or the guitarist, they got a riff. It's like, okay, well, where are we at? An hour and 7, write that down. You know what I mean? And, just jamming. So you can go right back to it and be like, okay. Then you build on that. You know what I mean? Like, so definitely the playback is the key because, man, that's how you put an arrogant motherfucker in his place. A newbie, you let them see their first playback. Like, oh shit, that's me. Like, yeah, that's you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you thought you was the baddest motherfucker, so you got put on the spot. Like, you ever hear? You remember in high school, there'd be the motherfuckers rapping in a circle and they yelling, ooh, because they try to project their voice. And you put them in the booth the first time and they lost, bruh.
Yeah,
it's the funniest because it's a whole different world putting them cans on and like, you know what I mean, and having booth etiquette and you know what I mean, like. Yeah, it's funny.
And like in Straight Outta Compton, that was one of the things that Suge Knight told Eazy-E because when they were having a little confrontation, Eazy-E was talking all loud, and one of his dudes like punched him or something. He was like, "You can yell all you want, motherfucker, but this ain't a record." But yeah, so he's walking around, he's doing all the 900 pitch. He's horrible. They do get to the first week though. And like right off the bat, he's already gotten all his picks in. He's just doing his weekly routine, whatever that is, and they're watching the college games right now. You got the big elephant like outside in New York City, wherever the hell they are.
Boss.
So he figured it out. They got it done. And at least at this first moment, that he is at the first moment throughout all these games, Walter's like outside yelling, "What are we at? What are we at?" Writes it all down, and he writes 0-9, and he was like, "What bullshit?" And then he has to look at it. Flips it over 6-0.
He was about to blow a gasket, which is actually a common theme in this movie. Spoiler alert.
And it was super funny though how like he was like, because he wrote down 6-0, but then when he holds it up, it's 0-9. He's like, "Yeah, check it out."
He's hyped up.
Bullshit. Then he has to look at it. Oh shit. Flip it over. Yeah, check it out.
He's feeling them stuff right there.
Yep. So automatically, like right off the bat, for his salesman skills, I mean, he got like 2 thumbs down, but for his picking skills, though, at least in college, because we don't know what he did in the NFL right away, but 6-0 wherever they were in their college games. I know he says it somewhere in there. I can't remember the specifics. Anyone who goes 14-2 in college and 9-3 in NFL or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he went like 24-4, right?
Yeah, like yeah, for sure. Yep. So he killed it. Either way, whatever it was that week, his picks, he killed it. And so I take him out to a nice dinner and everything. And
it was so funny at the dinner though, man, because like everything, he wanted to boss up so much, and you could tell that these are part of his flaws. You know what I mean? And he wants to show this kid, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is how we do it. And she over there like, nah, we don't need $1,000 wine bottle. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he just be fucking the buddy off, man. You can tell.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, we don't need a $1,000 bottle of wine. He's like, I've never even had a $12 bottle of water until now. Right? He was drinking the good stuff at that meal.
That's that alkaline, bro.
And Crispy, he said that the Burt Reynolds longest yard was better. I really like the Burt Reynolds longest yard, but the one thing that I don't like about it is that it's a movie based on prisons, and it does not have one minority in there. That's the part where
you mean to tell me they had racist prisons back then? Like, this is the white only prison.
Yeah, not cool. That I mean, at least in the longest yard, like they got Terry Crews in there, they got Michael Irvin in there, they got Bizarre from D12 in there, like all kinds of random people.
Let's back this thing up real quick. Hold on. He said, what I don't like about the movie is the prison movie. There ain't no minorities in that motherfucker.
Some bullshit, man. It's some
all
bullshit.
White guys in prison, huh? White collar crimes.
I want an accurate depiction of some shit, like once in a while. What up, Chaotic?
What up, K?
Yeah, Drop Boy said not.
Buffalo Bills helmet? That wasn't Buffalo Bills, was it?
No. I can't tell.
Right.
Oh no, it's the Jaguars. It's a fancy neon like version of the Jaguars.
Oh, okay. Because look at Bills. Come on.
And Drop Boy said cheeseburger Eddie. Ain't no cheese on these buns. And it's Terry Crews. And he's got the hookup at Mickey D's. So they just got all the cheeseburgers, they got the fries that'll shake your thighs.
Wait a second. So this is where cheeseburger Eddie derived from, like Eddie Lacy's, aka Eddie Lacy's nickname.
Yeah. Wow. Terry Crews in The Longest Yard. And he's got the hookup at McDonald's, the only one. There's even when Chris Rock's giving him.
Hey, how many times is Adam Sandler he be plugging McDonald's? Remember even in Big Daddy? They're like, oh, we're going to McDonald's.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, if I was Adam Sandler, I'd be trying to get all of the McDonald's all of that.
Hey, bro, it don't matter what time of day, you'll see Adam Sandler wearing sweats or something like that in line at McDonald's like a regular person. He doesn't believe in the drive-through.
So now we're at the dinner still. We'll get back to this and get off The Longest Yard. And so now getting back to this, they're celebrating the first big week of him picking. They're having the dinner, and Al Pacino just out of the blue, he's like, I want to make a little wager with you. And he's like, I don't really bet, too much, but I'd love to make a bet. And he's like, see that girl over there? He was like, I bet you cannot leave here with her. I'll give you 10-1 odds.
She's with two dudes.
Yeah.
She's about to get banged in a three-way. Duh. And don't you see this? He's like,
yeah,
that's what I heard.
Because what did he say? It was something, whatever it was against his 100 or whatever was like 5,000 or like something, but pretty much it was going to be like
funny too, because Rene right out the gate, she doesn't know what the fuck's going on, so she's already just upset that he's about to gamble. He's like, you can't make a bet, you know what I mean? Yeah, because he obviously has this whole, I guess we didn't go over that, right?
We just haven't got there yet, so we'll and I mean we could spoil it. The movie's almost 20 years old, so pretty much Al Pacino already set this up. Like, she's a lady of the evening. He makes him think that he's, that he's got a competition going here. But one of the things that I've learned, one way that you make someone real successful is make sure that they get success early in whatever that they're doing. And just more success will come from it.
Yeah, I always want to make sure my guys is out there. You know what I'm saying? Before we're about to make a big move, I hope they're getting some good pussy. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure, like, if all my guys is like me, we wake up in the morning on the good foot right after some good box.
So funny. And
here's my gripe. I think he would have already been cool with it, like, hey, listen, man, I got you abroad for the night. You know what I mean?
Is that not a cooler way, though? Because this is someone who's supposed to, like, have a shitload of confidence in himself.
I get it.
This is like something to just boost that confidence, like, because even the way that he goes up to it first, like, he was like, oh, so we're gonna make this interesting then, huh? Let me go raise the stakes. And he goes over and like starts talking to her, but talking shit about the two fat guys that he's with. I'm assuming they're pimps.
What do you say? He says something about them eating.
It's like, how, like, I'm just so curious. Like, what do you do with these two guys? Like, you are drop dead gorgeous, and with these two guys who look like they haven't missed a meal, since like Christ was born or like something like that, whatever the fuck he said. And then they got super pissed. They almost stood up. They sat back down. The wife, she was like, Walter, what are you doing? He was like, I'll buy him a bottle of champagne. She's like, you'll pick up their check.
She's pissed. You're doing it again, Walter. Just fucking off the money. You got a daughter. See, that's what I read into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much, right?
But I see what he's doing though. It's like you said, he's propping up his investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pun intended, right? He's like, listen, we're gonna get these picks, bro. Get you some pussy for that. He was ready to throw him his wife right there. They ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, he already had a good week. They already made some money off the kid and his picks. So I think this was a way to make him feel like he's winning, because it's like a bonus, right? Like to Walter, it's like this is his bonus, but it's a clever way of like making this whole bonus like happen somehow. It wasn't just like, here's 10 G's. That would have felt good. I'm sure getting $5,000 because the chick says it later. You're worth $5,000, okay? So because the bet was for him to get $5,000 as well. So it was like, you know, he got the 5, she got the 5. Yeah. Well, he didn't pay her. He still got
I'm just saying though, like, you know,
it was a $10,000 bonus.
If he would have lost the bet, though, is what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean? Like, all right.
Well, he wasn't gonna lose the bet. That was the thing. It was already like set up. Like it was no matter what. He's as long as he wasn't afraid to talk to her, he was leaving.
Took her down too.
And I got the scene here. So right after that, he wanted his first day to be very special because they had the dinner, you know, the chick, and then now he comes in for his first day of sales. Here we go.
He knew it was coming.
What'd you think about that, Nelson? What'd you think about his delivery of the line that Walter told him to say?
I don't know. I didn't think too hard on it.
Would you give it up to him as an actor in a scene doing bad acting? Okay?
No. You gotta win the scene,
no, because he's trying to do it like it's shitty, right? On purpose.
Yeah, because he's got to like work up to being good. He's still not good at talking yet. Like he's good at talking when they're just bullshitting, but he's not good at delivering.
Yeah, like when he goes New York outright tonight. Right?
Yeah,
that's kind of how it starts. You don't really
your money.
You feel like you're saying lines, man.
Yeah.
So that's why it's hard, because when you get a script, you don't. There's like when you read a novel, it tells you how the character feels and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
When you get a script, there's no feeling, so you have to figure that out on your own.
Right.
That's the deal. That's why it can go like in so many different directions if you don't know the whole script. When you audition, they just give you sides.
Is that what they mean when they go, "Don't say the lines, man. Say the line."
Exactly. Because even with your rapping, right?
Music, be like, listen, bro,
lyrics,
wag that. You know, it's easy with rapping. I'm sure, like, where you could be like, I could easily tell someone's flat and they're like, there's no swag. Like, nah, dude, man, swag that up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you want to hear it back? Oh, you don't want to hear that back. You know what I mean? Right? Like, you could tell when someone's unless that's like the scene, if that's in the character's nature, right? You're like, oh, you killed that flat right there. Ooh. Like, you know what I mean? Like if that was what it was called, you know what I mean? If that's what it called for, or something, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'll get direction. Daniel will say, "Hey, so do you think you did a good scene?" "Yeah, you didn't." You didn't. He goes, "Well, you're flat. Let's do it over. Another take." Like shit.
Like that's what
you can't fool them. You can't fool them.
Like that's what was funny earlier when he's recording all of his like the 900 numbers, whatever. I mean, because that's what it is. It's like he's recording some pitch, and it's like, I don't know, a 10-minute pitch of like all of his picks or whatever. And
yeah, it's a recording.
And he kept like giving him the CD, and he kept listening. He's like, this shit sucks. And like every time he's like, that one's it, isn't it? That's the one. Like, no, it's not.
That's why he went live on air. He switched it up because he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the script.
He can't be fake. And I feel like if it's not his words, it's fake.
Yeah, and I think he's about, like, even when he makes his picks, it's because this is how whether they're correct or not, this is how he genuinely feels. Yeah. I feel like that's how he represents everything. He's like, he's gonna stand on like the whole. It's funny because I didn't, I didn't start like paying attention. I'm like, does he ever even cuss at all at one point? You know what I mean?
And that's where we're at right now. It's right after he
does get to it. Yeah, he does.
Al Pacino goes to Gamblers Anonymous, and they say that he goes to pretty much anything with
that was a hilarious scene, man.
Anything with Anonymous at the end, he goes. And we got a little scene here when Walter takes old Brandon to a Gamblers Anonymous meeting.
He's wild for this. That's why I can't make gamble all crazy no more, bro.
Get out of here.
Oh man. And he finally says, Walter, what the fuck was that?
You put those words up there, Alex?
No, it was on the I think it was to stop the copyright or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's like, "What the fuck, Walter?" He was like, "Wait, what'd you say?" So I said, "What the fuck, Walter?" He's like, "There, you said it." He's like, "It was all worth it just to hear you say it."
You know what he wanted to show him? There's a bigger lesson there. He wanted to show him, like, these are those motherfuckers that are on that other side of that phone, kid. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
That's what he was showing him, bro.
That's gonna bring us to the end of act number 1 here. So this is kind of the beginning.
Corruption phase 1. Brandon.
Yeah, finally started. This finally started amongst everything else that's going on here. And so yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Everyone watching live, just make sure you hang out with us. This is the end of act number 1. These get uploaded on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We break it down into 3 pieces. So make sure you follow us in podcast form, Silver Screen Breakdowns on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, everywhere. And then follow YouTube and Twitch channels, the Silver Screen Breakdown channels. And just a reminder, if you guys want to sponsor the show, the way you do that is by going to ssbcrew.com. Anyone who signs up, you are an official sponsor of the show, and you'll be one of the people shouted out at the end of every show.
Sounds delicious to me. So Nelson Times, you can find me on YouTube and Instagram _ after my name. An actor. You see some of my demo reels, some of my scenes, and just clips. Some good old clips. I was in Paid in Full, if you've heard of that. What else did I do? Oh, I'm in a music video called "Spend My Money" with what's the guy's name? What's the artist's name? Some African hip hop type of thing.
My cousin.
Something a couple years ago. Spend My Money. Look it up.
And check this out. If you're in the LA area, let them know where they can find you. What stores they can hit up, bro, for the product.
Oh, the product. It's gonna be jumping into a new store. The Nelson's Living Gourmet. That's true.
Yeah,
pizza slices. Got the brownie, truffles, and cinnamon rolls.
Nice.
There's
big fan of the truffles and the cinnamon roll. Those are my 2 faves right there.
Yeah, I sent you guys the care package. Oh, his name was Dilla. Something Dilla. Anyway, going back to that music video. But you, Bogey, you do music, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Got a bunch of new stuff coming out for y'all. 2024. You know what I mean? Just be on the lookout. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We submitted a bunch of joints. You know what I mean? So yeah, we coming strong. Pause and tune in next time for episode 2 of 2 for the Money. The Silver Screen Breakdowns. It gets better. You could bet on it. We'll see.
Silver Screen motion picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.